Well, firstly, a huge congratulations to IWMI to open office here at IFPRI. And, well, I think Claudia, Meredith, and Winston, welcome to IFPRI as part of the CGI family. So in fact, we are hosting a couple of CGI centers in addition to IWMI. I think C4, International Livestock Research Institute, is planning to put some of the staff here. So probably will become a Washington CGI hub. So Ralph, you have lots of things to do over here. Now, I think by the way, this gentleman, Sai Uzzaman, is former Minister of Finance from Bangladesh. He was one of the first, probably one of the first IFPRI board members and IRI board members. So he's not new to CGI, by the way. So you should know that. Now, so I think it's great that to celebrate the opening through a seminar, workshop, instead of drinking, reception, dinner, or banquet. You bring the substance here to really looking forward to the collaboration with IFPRI, with other Washington-based organizations like WI and a resource for the future, the World Bank and beyond. So I think it's a great idea to do that. Now I learned quite a bit. I wanted to summarize 3 or 4 points that IFPRI could actually work with you or can learn from you. The first one is the innovation part. I think you have 4 eyes, right? I think the innovation is another eye actually that cut across all your 4 eyes. Innovation in technologies. So we mentioned about precision agriculture that can reduce the water use quite a bit. I think we learned quite a bit from ICRISAT, many other CGI centers. Using precision agriculture can reduce the water use by 50%, 60%. And then the solar sort of powered irrigation equipments. I have seen the great work by WLE and beyond. By the way, we have another Claudia here, Claudia Ringler in red. Don't confuse. We have 2 Claudias here. Yeah. They're all working on water. I think then the breeding part, Mark raised a very good question. Yes, can we introduce some of the newer varieties that actually can use less water, or maybe drought tolerant, or maybe even flood tolerant? I think this is a potential game we could do by saving the water, by using water more efficiently. So the first one is a technological innovation. The second one is institutional innovation. And Water Users Association, we have another, the Ruth Monsendick is not here. She worked quite a bit on Water Users Association, and also the gender, the woman. Woman plays a huge role in using water more efficiently, and a woman definitely plays a huge role in using water to make sure their family have clean drinking water, can use the water more efficiently to produce nutritious, healthy food crops for them. I think some of the innovation, including Water Users Association and also involving multi-stakeholders dialogue, the Global Water Partnership has done that for some time. I observe their work, although I have not engaged with you very much. And water users' rights, Mark, you raised a very good question. Sometimes the land rights and the water rights actually are coming together. By the way, Frank Place is a new CRP director on PIM. Frank Place is here. Congratulations to him. I think Frank worked on land rights. To me, water and land sometimes come together. How can you separate that two? So another innovation needed to look at that issue. Another policy innovation, obviously, that's a key one. IFPRI is doing that. Subsidies, yes. Right now we're spending probably $500 billion, $500 billion on subsidies, whether it's water, fertilizers, electricity, and output price. The CGI spend only $1 billion, right? There's 500 times bigger spending on subsidies than CGI research. Huge waste. Now, can we innovate some of the policy options? For example, convert subsidies to income support, convert subsidies to, let's say, environmental funds to improve rural environment, to improve living standards of rural people. I think there's a great agenda we can do. IFPRI has done some pilot in India to convert the water subsidies to, to income support or to some other support in, I think in Andhra, by introducing also water meters to monitor the use of water. So some of the things that we can really learn from there to make sure that we don't waste this $500 billion subsidy. But by the way, actually, Mark, don't be too optimistic. We are making progress. The European Union has already converted most of their subsidies, I think 40 billion euro subsidies, into income support, into environmental funds, into rural infrastructure funds. So this is exactly some of the things we need to do. I mean, here in the U.S., also the current policy has begun to decouple the production with support, but more needs to be done. And make sure that the current rhetorics, trade protection rhetorics, will not, let's say, set that thing back, and particularly the farm support. Because what I'm afraid is, if China begin to use let's say the tariffs, 25% tariffs on soybean, then U.S. farmers may begin to ask for more government support. That will they will really reverse lots of progress we have already made. Now, another policy is trade. Here we didn't mention about the trade. The role of trade is so important in using water more efficiently. Trade marketing. The south and north, northern China, the lack of water, southern China, plenty of water, through even domestic trade can save lots of water. And trade between U.S. and China, between China and Brazil, China is importing $19 billion soybean every year. Could you imagine if China used its own water land to produce $90 billion, 90 million tons of soybean? Probably China has to use all of the water, most of the water. No water for drinking, no water for even taking a bath. So I think that trade marketing is so critical here. Let's make sure that the current trade policy, or amidst the rhetoric, will not set back. And that's a progress we have made for many years to come. So once again, I welcome IWMI, welcome the colleagues from there. I think this sort of multidisciplinary interactions will generate innovative ideas. So thank you so much.